Hi everyone, David Aragona and Mike Beer here taking a look at some Kentucky Derby contenders. And speaking of the Run for the Roses, you do want to note that we've got our Kentucky Derby packages now available on DRF.com. If you're going to be buying PPs for the Oaks and the Derby, scoop up one of these packages. You get betting strategies, player's guide, clock reports from Mike Welsh and his team. Just go to shop.drf.com and you can save up to 39% on all of these things in a bundle for the Kentucky Derby. Well, Mike, the focus of this video is Kentucky Derby candidate American Promise, who qualified for this race by winning one of the new additions to the Kentucky Derby schedule. That is the Virginia Derby, run at Colonial Downs in the middle of March. And he was a decisive winner of that race, drawing off to win by over 7 lengths and got 50 points for that victory. What did you make of the Virginia Derby, Mike?
Didn't seem like he, beat the strongest field in the world there, David. I'll just give him credit for this as far as that race goes. It's the first time that I've really seen him, and this is a horse who feels like maybe he was a little bit of a work in progress for Dwayne Lucas. He stalked a pace pretty comfortably for the first time in that race. He had the inside post, but he let it go. He just sort of eased off the inside up the back just to get into the clear. And I thought he was pretty comfortable tracking the odds-on favorite before he went up. He took over around the turn. He was clear through the stretch. There was nobody running behind him, it didn't seem like, but he was clear through the stretch. I just thought, if nothing else, it was a step in the right direction for this horse.
For sure. And he feels like one of these quintessential Dwayne Lucas horses who, as you said, a work in progress from the start. He really needed those first few races to figure the whole racing thing out, but he's just been steadily improving. Wasn't quite up to Stakes Company when they first tried it in the Southwest, and the Risen Star just got really tired at the end of those races. But that slight class relief really made the difference last time in the Virginia Derby. That was a powerful victory. He got a 95 buyer, which matches the number that he earned when he broke his maiden at Oaklawn Park going back to the end of December. And he beat a pretty good horse that day in Publisher, who has also since qualified for the Kentucky Derby. So it's not like he's some one number horse. He had shown talent prior to that. And Mike, when I watched that replay of Virginia Derby, this seems like a gigantic son of Justify. I mean, I think Dwayne Lucas has said he's at least 17 hands, and he just absolutely towered over his pace rival, Getaway Car, moving down the backstretch and put that one away. So it seems like he at least has the physical stature to potentially get the added distance in the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, you can really see that on the tape of this horse. He's a big, strong horse. It does, it takes him a while. Like when I watch his races too, David, like he doesn't have a great first step out of the gate. That's been an issue for him. And then I always just felt like, at least early on, like he didn't really want to rate early in his races, but he was way more comfortable last time. So maybe he's starting to figure things out. He's got that sort of grinding running style too through the stretch. I mean, there are a bunch of races before this most recent win where it looks like he didn't run that well, particularly in stakes races. He actually may have run better than it looks in some of those spots. I mean, involved on some paces that were pretty fast, and he really never showed any quit in any of those starts.
Yeah, I mean, he's got talent, and he's coming into the race off one of his better efforts. It's just a matter of trip for a horse like this, Mike, because he's going to be a big price. There is supposed to be other speed in this race, and he's run his 2 biggest speed figures when he's kept his face clean, has been out in front or contesting the pace up front, not behind horses. And it might be tough to get that kind of trip in the Kentucky Derby, I guess, depending where he draws in the starting gate. But at least with a horse like this, if you're going to bet on him getting that kind of trip, you're probably going to get paid in doing so. And he does go out for the legendary trainer, Dwayne Lucas. Always fun to see Dwayne have a horse in the Derby. It feels like he's had a horse to spend every year going back, 4 decades now to the beginning of the 80s. So always neat when you've got a legend of the sport participating in the Run for the Roses. Those are our thoughts on Kentucky Derby contender American Promise, but we'd love to hear from you. Drop us a comment, like this video, and let us know how you feel about this potential long shot moving on to the Run for the Roses.